Margaret Winston had devoted her life to her family. For 43 years, she had been a dutiful wife, a loving mother, and the soft-spoken heart of the household. Her existence had revolved around ensuring the happiness of her family, particularly her husband, Robert, and their daughter, Victoria. When Robert unexpectedly passed away, Margaret found herself adrift in a sea of grief. Her husband had been her anchor, and without him, the world seemed to spin wildly around her. Little did she know, the most turbulent storm she would face was yet to come. Victoria, seemingly sympathetic at first, expressed concern for Margaret's emotional vulnerability. Whispering words of comfort, she convinced Margaret that the best thing for her would be to sell the family home and move into a smaller apartment closer to her. It was under the guise of Victoria's insistence that Margaret signed papers during a haze of grief, a decision she regretted almost instantaneously as the truth began to surface. One cold afternoon, Margaret was unceremoniously informed by Victoria that she was to leave the house. Victoria claimed Robert's supposed last will left everything to her, effectively cutting Margaret out entirely. Heartbroken and homeless, Margaret found refuge with an old friend who offered her a place to stay. It was during this time that Margaret received an unexpected call from Robert's lawyer, Mr. Sanders, requesting she come to his office to discuss her late husband's affairs. Seated in the lawyer's office, Mr. Sanders revealed a stunning truth. Robert had indeed left a will, one meticulously crafted. The rightful document bequeathed the family home and a fortune of $33 million to Margaret. However, it had included a specific condition: Victoria was to receive her inheritance only if she treated her mother with respect and dignity. Realizing the extent of Victoria's betrayal, Margaret felt a rush of emotions: anger, sadness, but then determination. With Mr. Sanders's guidance, they approached the authorities. Evidence of fraud and forgery committed by Victoria and her husband Kevin was swiftly uncovered. Legal proceedings followed, and the truth was undeniable. Victoria and Kevin's greed had led them to deceit and ultimately, their undoing. They were arrested, charged with forgery and theft, and Margaret's world began to right itself. Returning to the family home was a bittersweet affair for Margaret. The halls echoed with memories of her life with Robert, but now they resonated with her newfound strength and independence. No longer seeing herself as just a devoted wife and mother, Margaret embraced her identity as a woman who had reclaimed her dignity, her fortune, and her self-respect. Though the emotional scars would take time to heal, Margaret knew one thing for certain: family betrayal can backfire dramatically. And even those seen as powerless can rise and reclaim everything when the truth is unveiled. As Margaret stood in her garden, bathed in the warm glow of the setting sun, she realized that while love could build a family, truth could preserve it.